For the benefit of those who do not understand my native language, our khutbah for today is titled the Exalted Status of Prophet Isa, Jesus, alayhi salam. My brothers and sisters in Deen, today we gather to reflect on the life and teachings of Prophet Isa, also known as Jesus Christ. In Islam, Prophet Isa is considered one of the greatest prophets sent by Allah, and his story is a powerful reminder of the importance of faith, humility, and obedience to Allah, to Allah's will. My brothers and sisters in Deen, let us go into the Quran and see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has narrated about Prophet Isa, Jesus. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 75, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ما المسيح ابن مريم إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل وأمه صديقة كانا يأكلان الطعام. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ما المسيح ابن مريم إلا رسول. He said the Messiah, son of Mary, was not but a messenger. Al-Masih here, used to describe Prophet Isa, Jesus, means the anointed one. So meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anointed Jesus. He anointed him. He said, Al-Masihu ibn Maryam, illa rasulun. He is nothing but what? A messenger of God. Illa rasulun. Qad khalat min qablihi rusul. Just like the messengers that have come before him. Wa ummuhu siddiqa. And his mother is one of those who uphold the truth. Is one of those who support the truth. Kana ya'kulani at-ta'am. They said they both used to eat food, meaning they are humans like us. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about the birth of Prophet Isa, Jesus. How his mother conceived him miraculously without having any affair with any man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 45. He said, إِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُبَشِّرُكِ بِكَلِمَةٍ مِّنْهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُبَشِّرُكِ بِكَلِمَةٍ مِّنْهُ اسْمُهُ الْمَسِيحُ عِيسَى بْنُ مَرْيَمَ وَجِيهًا فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ وَمِنَ الْمُقَرَّبِينَ. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that إِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةِ, that when the angels said, Ya Maryam, O Mary, Inna Allah yubashiruki bi kalimatin min husmuhu al-Masih Isa bin Maryam. That he said, indeed, Allah gives you good tidings of a word. Why did they describe the Prophet Isa as a word? Because Allah is what all Allah needed to do for Maryam, there's a mother of Prophet Isa, to conceive, was for him to just to say kun. So it was just word of Allah that you will conceive, and she conceived. So meaning it is a word of Allah that made that was how Maryam conceived Prophet Isa, Jesus, and that is why they call him Kalima. That's the word of Allah. So bikalimatin min husmuhu al-Masih. That what Allah has, indeed Allah gives you tidings of a word from him, whose name will be what? Al-Masih. That is the Messiah, the anointed one. Isa bin Maryam, Jesus, the son of Maryam. He will be what? Jesus, the son of Maryam. Wajihan fi dunya. He will be distinguished in this world. Wal akhirah, and in the hereafter as well. Wa min al muqarrabin, and he will be among those who will be brought near, who will be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in this verse, Allah is telling us how Prophet Isa, Jesus, was conceived by his mother. Meaning the mother had no affair with any man. She had no connection with any man. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, made sure that she conceived with With his power. So I mean Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the power to do anything. And Prophet Isa is one of the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To be conceived by your mother without having any affair with a man. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the next verse, that's verse 46 of chapter 3, Surah Al-Imran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا وَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. And Allah is telling us, narrating to us, that part of what the message that was delivered to Maryam about her child that she's going to conceive is a word. وَيُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا. And he will speak to people in what? In his infancy. as what? As a baby. He will speak to people as a baby. Fil mahdi wa kahla, and also as adult. Wa min as-salihin, and he will be one of the righteous people. So one of the miracles of Prophet Isa, that's Jesus, apart from being conceived without having a father, is that what? Allah gave him the ability to speak in his infancy. Then what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send Prophet Isa with? What is the message? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him with the message of Tawheed, monotheism. The message that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one. You should worship one God, Allah, and you should follow him, follow his teachings, so that what? You can be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 50. He said, وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَلِأُحِلَّ لَكُمْ بَعْضَ الَّذِي حُرِّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ وَجِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَّبِّكُمْ فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونِ. He said, وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ, and I have come confirming لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ, I have come confirming what was before me of the Torah, of the Tawrat, وَلِأُحِلَّ لَكُمْ, and to make lawful for you بَعْضَ الَّذِي حُرِّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ, some of what was forbidden to you. Meaning, apart from coming to confirm that that Torah, the book that was sent to Prophet Moses, was truly from Allah, apart from confirming that the book is from Allah, I've also come with some laws, some things that were forbidden for you. I've been mandated to make it what? Lawful for you as well. Then he went further. He said, and I have come with you, what? With a sign. He said, وَجِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَةٍ, I have come with you. I have come to you with a sign. مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ, from your Lord. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, so fear your Lord, fear Allah. وَأَطِيعُونَ, and follow me. So his message is clear. He came to deliver the message of Tawheed, that you should fear Allah, but what? You should follow him. Because if you want to be able to fear Allah properly, you have to follow him, because he's the messenger that was sent at that time to deliver the message to the people. So you have to follow him, to believe in him, so that you can have what? You can fear Allah as supposed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Jesus miracles. And some of the miracles that Allah gave him the ability to heal the blind. Allah gave him the ability to heal the leper. Allah gave him the ability to wake the dead. And Allah also gave him the ability to mold bird and breathe life into the bird, and the bird becomes a real bird and that flies away. So this is for you to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Jesus miracles, but that is exclusively for Jesus. It doesn't mean because you follow Jesus, you will automatically become somebody who can do miracle. It doesn't mean because you follow his teachings, because you believe in him, you'll be able to do miracle. No. The miracle was exclusively for Jesus. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, what he narrated to us, what Jesus said. He said in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 49, he said, أَنِّي قَدْ جِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَّبِّكُمْ أَنِّي أَخْلُقُ لَكُم مِّنَ الطِّينِ كَهَيْئَةِ الطَّيْرِ فأنفخ فيه فيكون طيرا بإذن الله وأبرئ الأكمه والأبرص وأحيي الموتى بإذن الله. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is narrating to us. He said, Jesus told them, أَنِّي قَدْ جِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَّبِّكُمْ, I have come to you with what? With a sign from your Lord. أَنِّي أَخْلُقُ لَكُم مِّنَ الطِّينِ, I what? One of the signs is that what? I will make a bed. أَنِّي أَخْلُقُ لَكُم مِّنَ الطِّينِ كَهَيْئَةِ الطَّيْرِ, I will make a bed from what? From tin, from sand, from clay, from mud. فَأَنفُخُ فِيهِ, and I will breathe into it. فَيَكُونُ طَيْرًا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, and it will become a bird by the permission of Allah. He did not say by my own permission, by the permission of Allah. بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. He now said, وَأُبَرِئُ الْأَكْمَهَ وَالْأَبْرَصَ, and what? And I will what? And with the permission by Allah's will, I will what? I will heal the blind and what? And the leper. And he said what? وَأُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, and I will wake the dead بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the miracles were exclusively for Jesus. It doesn't mean because you follow him or believe in him, you automatically be able to do miracles. And those miracles were given to him to prove to the people that it's truly from God, it's truly from Allah, that Allah truly sent him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him there are some miraculous natures of Prophet Isa, Jesus. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah to Maryam, chapter 19, verse 26 to verse 34. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, He said, فَكُلِي وَاشْرَبِي وَقَرِّي عَيْنًا فَإِمَّا تَرَيِنَّ مِنَ الْبَشَرِ أَحَدًا فَقُولِي إِنِّي نَذَرْتُ لِلرَّحْمَنِ صَوْمًا فَلَنْ أُكَلِّمَ الْيَوْمَ إِنسِيًّا. He said, here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Mary, فَكُلِي وَاشْرَبِي وَقَرِّي عَيْنًا. He said, what? He said, eat and drink and put your mind at rest. Cool your eyes. He said, فَإِمَّا تَرَيِنَّ مِنَ الْبَشَرِ أَحَدًا. If you come across any human being, if you come across anybody, فَقُولِي, tell them, إِنِّي نَذَرْتُ لِلرَّحْمَنِ صَوْمًا. He said, I said that I have vowed to fast. That fast, Sawm means abstinence. I have vowed to fast, to abstain from what? فَلَنْ أُكَلِّمَ الْيَوْمَ إِنسِيًّا. And I will not what? I will not talk to any human today. So when she brought Prophet Isa, after she has given birth to him, Jesus, she brought him to her people. And automatically they will ask questions because they are not expecting to see her with a baby because they never know her with any man. So Allah has told her that she should fast from talking. She should not talk. Then Allah said, فَأَتَتْ بِهِ قَوْمَهَا تَحْمِلُهُ قَالُوا يَا مَرْيَمُ لَقَدْ جِئْتِ شَيْئًا فَرِيًّا. When she came to the people with her children, with her son, with Jesus, when she came to the people with her child, they said, قَالُوا يَا مَرْيَمُ. They said, oh Mary, لَقَدْ جِئْتِ شَيْئًا فَرِيًّا. He said, oh Mary, you have certainly done a thing unprecedented. You have done something that is unthinkable, that unspeakable. They are surprised to see her with a baby, and we don't know you with any man. Then in the next verse, Allah said that Allah narrated to us, said, يا أخت هارون ما كان أبوك امرأ سوء وما كانت أمك بغيا. So they called her, they said, يا أخت هارون, oh sister of Harun, meaning she's a descendant of Prophet Harun. They said, oh sister of Harun, ما كان أبوك امرأ سوء. We do not know your father to be a bad person, to be an evil person. They said, وما كانت أمك بغيا. And your mother is not an unchaste person. She's not a useless person. You know what? In the next verse, Allah said, فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ. And what? So she pointed to what? To Isa, to Jesus in her hand. قَالُوا كَيْفَ نُكَلِّمُ مَنْ كَانَ فِي الْمَهْدِ صَبِيًّا. And they now responded to her that, how can a baby in his cradle, how can he be able to talk? Then in the next verse, what happened? Jesus spoke. What did he say? He said, قال إني عبد الله آتاني الكتاب وجعلني نبيا. He said, he said, certainly, Abdullah, I am a servant of Allah. آتاني الكتاب, I've been given book. وجعلني نبيا, and I've been made a prophet. So Jesus responded to them. When they were asking, how can a baby speak? Those are some of the miracles of Jesus, apart from being given birth to without a father. Then in the next verse, then he continued, he said, وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُ وَأَوْصَانِي بِالصَّلَاةِ وَالزَّكَاةِ مَا دُمْتُ حَيًّا. And he said, وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا. And I've been made a blessed person. أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُ, wherever I go, wherever I am. وَأَوْصَانِي بِالصَّلَاةِ. And I have been asked to establish prayer. I've been asked to pray, to establish prayer. Was zakah, and to give zakah, to give alms to the poor. Ma dumtu hayya, for as long as I am alive. In the next verse, Allah narrated again. وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَتِي وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْنِي جَبَّارًا شَقِيًّا. One of the things Jesus said, he said, وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَتِي. And I've been what? I've been commanded to what? To be kind to my mother. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْنِي جَبَّارًا شَقِيًّا. And he has not made me what? Arrogant or what? Or disobedient. So he's telling them what Allah sent him already. What is now in the next verse? He said, وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيَّ يَوْمَ وُلِدْتُ وَيَوْمَ أَمُوتُ وَيَوْمَ أُبْعَثُ حَيًّا. He said, وَالسَّلَامُ. He said, peace. Alayya, peace be upon me. Yawma wulidtu, the day I was born. Wa yawma amutu, and the day I will die. Wa yawma ub'athu hayya, and the day I will rise up again to meet Allah. Then in the next verse, this is where we're going to stop to avoid controversy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, He said, ذَلِكَ عِيسَى بْنُ مَرْيَمَ ذَلِكَ عِيسَى بْنُ مَرْيَمَ قَوْلَ الْحَقِّ الَّذِي فِيهِ يَمْتَرُونَ. He said, that is Jesus, the son of Mary. قَوْلَ الْحَقِّ الَّذِي فِيهِ يَمْتَرُونَ. The word of truth about which they are in dispute. The word of truth they are denying. So, from what we have learned, Jesus spoke as a baby. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him. He sent him with a book, but he didn't come with a physical book. What it means is that all the message is passing to them. All those things that he's saying, that Allah asked me to establish prayer, they are all from the book that Allah sent to him. It doesn't mean that he came with a physical book. Just like the Quran too did not come as a physical book. It was taught to the Prophet by Angel Jibril, and he taught it to his what? To his Sahabas, his followers. And they memorized it, and some of them wrote them down, and that was how we were able to have a book called the Quran, physical book. So my brothers and sisters, like I said, the fact that you are a believer of Jesus, you follow Jesus, you believe in Jesus, does not mean that you will be able to do miracles like Jesus. That is number one. Number two, as a Muslim, you must not talk ill. You must not speak ill of Jesus. He's a prophet of Allah, and you must respect him. You must respect his status as a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you speak ill of any of the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you are calling towards yourself the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and ease our affairs. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على آلائه ونعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون قوموا إلى الصلاة يرحمكم الله.